Hey, good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. Hope everybody's doing well today. Good morning, Joe, Gregor, Mike, John. How's everybody doing today? Hope it's nice, good weather in your neighborhood. We should hit some records today. Feels like 105. That's hot for us. Anyway, let's the market here. The market looks like it's trying to be a little bit bullish here this morning. Futures are up a little bit. It almost looks like we're trying to have some sort of a relief rally into earnings. Remember, earnings start next week, so be real cautious of that. Part of me, you know, there's probably the biggest part of me. I just don't see how the earnings can be great, but the look forward could be kind of good. So, you know how earnings are. It's really kind of a crapshoot. Yeah. Anyway, kind of a crapshoot there. So be kind of cautious with earnings coming up. Okay, so with the SPY up here, we've got a low, we do have a high, and we do have a higher low here. We've had a few days of bullishness acting pretty good. Today, it looks like right now pre-market over the T-line. Trend indicators trying to turn green. I've got this area marked right in here green. 189.70, I'm sorry, 389.75 to 395.10. That's what I see sort of as a target area for now, the first little, move to this upside right in here. When we get up here, then we'll be flirting with that 50-period moving average. We'll be flirting with these tops. We do have a gap that could get filled, but I think what we'll do is reevaluate. Let's climb this tree one branch at a time. Overall, the sellers still have this market. Right now, it just looks like we have a relief rally maybe going into earnings, and then we'll see what earnings does for us. But overall, it's really hard to be any kind of a long-term bullish right now, I think. What I sort of see right now is swing trade bullish with a scalping mentality. That's what I see. So we're going to look at some charts here, and as they move up, then I think these are charts that look good. I have 23 charts I'm putting to the watch list. I think only 7 or 8 that we're going to talk about this morning. But I have targets on them, and it's one of those things. If everything starts moving up, I think we have to be thinking about taking profits into strength, or another way to put it, scalp into strength and protect those profits. I just don't see how the bulls are making any big headway right now, other than this little relief rally up into this area here, or like I said, into earnings next week. Again, there's 23 here. I'm going to add to the live trading alerts watch list here in just a few minutes. I've got some favorites, and that's what I want to cover here. And this BABA, this is a favorite right here. And what I'm looking at right now is, let's pull this back to the T-line, because we could get a little bit more of a move into trend, a little bit more, little closer to the right side here, and that could give us maybe a little more of a sideways buy, maybe closer to this, lower end of this green box. And then up here to 137.60, it's about 18%. I'm just looking at these highs over in this area. Another one is RBLX. This is a nice rounded bottom breakout, and it's making a nice little, where'd it go? You can see where we've gone from a low to a high to a higher low to a higher high. So far, a higher low. That's doing everything we would want it to do. And boy, did I put this at the wrong place. There we go. That's where it should be. So from the T line, and entry wise, every trader is just a little bit different. We talked about this a little bit yesterday. I see a chart moving to about 48.50. This is the dotted deuce right up here, and I see it moving up to that 48.50 right into resistance here. It can certainly go a little bit higher, it could go a little bit lower, but I see approximately 35% in there. And there's, as far as an entry goes, the biggest thing I think we want to look for is market follow through and price follow through in the chart. It's pretty simple. So, if somebody could wait till it comes down here, somebody could buy on, right away this morning, somebody could buy right up here. No one person would be correct. The person that buys it here is not going to be any better or any smarter than the person that buys it on a breakout. So this area is all about that entry and how do you enter. Here's an example. Some people are going to use a 3/8 trap. This is one of the best entries that we have found. I mean, this is a fantastic entry area. Gives you very limited risk. If it breaks out, you're seeing that reward. It's just a great area. But even then, you can dial this down to the penny if you want. And Gregor might enter at one place. Rickster, good morning, Rickster, might enter at another place. Mike might enter at another place. It's all about this area, not about being smarter on catching it at some, trick kind of price. We're all looking for it to go to 48.50. That's bottom line right there. So RBLX, this is one of my favorites. I think it's set up pretty good here. All right, I better get this off because otherwise I'm going to spend too much time talking about it. Take a look at snow. This is another favorite. Here it's moved over the 50-period moving average. The T line is over the 50-period moving average, and the trend indicator is just ready to pop over that 50-period moving average. We've got a J hook type of setup here, along with a low, a higher low. We rallied up to that high. Here's your J hook setup, and I'm looking for 170.50 here, right up into resistance. Now it can certainly go higher. I mean, we can put a line here. It could go all the way to those highs. This is what I'm looking for a trade, and I think 18% is a good reward, a good plan. It's all about that entry and price following through, and you're going to need market support for the majority of these to work. There's always going to be that one little crazy horse chart out there that goes against the market. Market could tank, and then this or another stock could just rip to the upside. Anyway, rounded bottom breakout here, 179.50, about 18%, depending exactly where it's bought in here, or if it's bought a little bit higher on a breakout, and it might even dip down a little bit more before it's ready to buy. ZM, I think this is a hot stock. Right now, we're sitting here with a doji pre-market close to the T line. About 8% from the T line to this first little resistance area here on the left, 125.50. And that's also the dotted deuce area in a rounded bottom breakout. We clear that, I'm looking at 157 or about 36%. Now, if we look at this chart, you can see this trend working here. And you can see in this chart, you have those pullbacks. Well, you're going to have if it does actually start moving up here, which that's what I see as a target until it's not, you got to remember you're going to have those pullbacks. So there will be multiple areas to trade this. We don't have to look at, oh my gosh, we have to buy it right away to get our 36%. The truth is, you'd be just crazy happy with 15%. It really is a truth. And just You know, I mean, most people would, and I think everybody here would. So plan your trade very carefully. Watch the market very carefully. Beyond Meat, much as I hate to admit it, this is another favorite one. I think Beyond Meat is acting pretty good here. We're at this high. What is this date? On May 27th, we're right at that area testing. We're over the 50 period moving average. We've been up a few days here, so I'm not really gung-ho to be a buyer right away. I would like to see a little bit more consolidation. In fact, it might even want to do something like this. Where's it at here? Maybe move up and then rest. One of the biggest things I think that really knocks a trader down is you see this first move, you jump on it, and then what happens is it pulls back, you get stopped out, and then it starts to move, and you're standing there wondering, what the heck just happened? Well, what just happened? You jumped at the first move. You know, don't be the first one out there. Let that train prove that it's working. I think we've got a well-constructed bottom here. I do. But I do think we need to consolidate. I see 27.5% right up into resistance, 35.85-ish. Wait for that right setup. And that first little breakout so many times is not the key time to buy it. I'm putting this on the watch list because I want the live trading alerts to alert me when it's moving. You know, 3 days from now, Monday, even tomorrow, I'll forget about this chart. But if I put it on that watch list in real time, it'll show me that it's moving up or down. So I can keep an eye on Beyond Meat. Microsoft is another one that I like. It's over the 50 period moving average. It's also over the 500 period moving average here. About a 6.5%. That's not huge percent-wise, but on a $260 stock, that's a good coin right there. That's nice. And that's a great move for a stock like Microsoft here. We have a little, let's draw on that, I guess. So we can do this one, low, high, higher, low, and then a low, high, higher, low. And we're working on that higher high right now, right here at this breakout. We're again over that 50 period moving average. Right here, resistance, you know, right here is resistance too, you know, this top right in here. We could go to 274 and stop. You could put 500 lines in here if that trips your trigger, if that works for you. Or you can just put what you see as the swing trade and then managed price as it moves up. Hey, good morning, Ron. Etsy, I think this is a I think this is a beautiful chart. Absolutely beautiful here. Rounded bottom breakout. I'm seeing 16% to 95 and then 32% to 109 up here. 109 is about that 1,000 period moving average up there. It looks like we've put in a well-constructed bottom. I really like the way this has price action has acted in here. Low to high, higher low. We've got a higher high. We're just simply a little bit of pullback. That's what we call a PBO, a pullback opportunity. Nothing trick about it. It's just like a 1, 2, 3 pattern, ABC pattern. It's just simply a pullback in a good-looking chart is what it is. Resistance right there. That's where I'm getting the 95.60. Resistance right here, where I'm getting the 109.55. Best thing to do here, I think, is simply manage price through the candlesticks. TUP, this is another one. I still like this. We talked about this one last week. It did pull back a little bit, put in a bottom, then it rallied up. Here is another one that's setting up that PBO or pullback opportunity. I see about 19% up to the 50 period moving average here, and then we'll reevaluate at that level. above the 50, there's tons of room for this to move. But usually what happens is, you know, let's assume that we do get up there, say in the next, I don't know, 5 to 10 days. We move up here, and then it has to do its little dance. This is where traders forget about it. I'm not interested because you're interested in that, you know, that hot shot stock, maybe that one that's just trying to rip right now. This is a stock I want on the watch list. And when and what I have, whoops, I guess I can't do it when this is up. I'll put it up in a second. So I'm going to put it on that watch list. And when I see it start to build in here, and it could come down, it could go up, you know, just that choppy thing in here. When it puts in the right chart pattern, then I'll look to buy that again. I have no plans of buying anything today, just FYI. Just I think I talked to everybody about that yesterday, why I'm not just not feeling 100%. So anyway, I'm going to have it on that watch list. I'm going to be ready, and there's plenty of room to make money up here. And that's all providing that the market follows through. And this is the watch list. I'm going to put it on. This one right here. All these stocks will go there. We just went over my favorites. I want to go back to the SPY real quick. So as long as we can hold over the T line, and as long as the T line has an upward tilt to it, I'll be happy. I'll be very happy with that. This T2123, I watch this an awful lot. There's a 15-minute chart, and I think it's doing a great job. We are right at that resistance, so it needs to break out. The hourly chart is the other chart that I look at on this one, and you can see how we're just at that resistance. So if we start to move up, then I do see that going a little bit higher, but I see lots of resistance up in this area. So relief rally into earnings maybe, and then earnings is going to be a big player on this. So anyway, that's where we are. Thanks everybody. Appreciate you listening in. I'm going to go take care of this recording, and we'll see everybody here back in about 20 minutes. Okay. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.